Brian Harrison. Welcome to another edition of the That's Life Show, and I'm the host. And this is my wonderful...
I'm the wonderful co-host, and I would like to apologize. I'm Thaddeus McCandless, the co-host. I would like to apologize. If you saw the last show that we did, I was not out of my mind. I was very tired when we recorded that show, and I was asleep. So
we did it at 6 in the morning.
We did it at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had no sleep the entire night. So I was like this the whole time. So I do want to apologize. I am awake for this show. So now, Brian, you can continue.
Okay. Today's topic is on music and sex.
Okay, well, I have done a show on music before, but I didn't know that, you did strange combination shows. Weird combination there, Brian.
You'll know why. This is why I'm laughing, because I was waiting for his response.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
right.
Music and sex. You know why? Because music has a lot of sex themes in it, like, oh, babe, babe.
Oh, yes, it does. It has had lots of that since,
and then the love
50s.
song he was singing here just a moment ago.
Well, I don't even know what I was singing a minute ago.
But, all those ones like, oh, I want to do you, and, it's like, you have all these weird, like...
sexual themes in the song.
Yeah. And because the reason what brought it up, I was at school. Okay, so we have the radio. Like if you go in a certain area, it's like a lounge area, and there's all kinds of stuff. And you have like one area is like there's a radio and pool table and all kinds of stuff. And then there's an area for the television, which is more quiet. So you have like two areas kind of split off, which is kind of cool. So, but in this area, they're playing like the music, right, from the radio. And most of the songs that came on were all like, I was laughing because most of them were all on sex. Like you'd hear the song, you're like da da da, and then you'd go, what? What did he just say?
Yeah, I know what that means.
I want to take you home with me or something, or baby, you're so fine, and you're like, what?
You blow my mind. Oh, that's something else.
Something close to that.
There is a lot, and in fact, Elvis Presley out there, the king, everybody. Of course, I don't know if he was the king. They say Richie, who's that guy? There's so many kings of pop and kings of rock and all these things. Anyways, back in the 50s, we were more mild. Sex was more toned down in the movies. Up until 1967, they had an actual constitution for the movies, because you couldn't say these words, you couldn't show these, you couldn't say this, you couldn't do all. And same thing, I think, for music and stuff. For television, it was very censored, very not like today. In fact, I'd rather watch the old television stuff because they had more content than stuff on the new television. But they had Elvis Presley on a show, and they couldn't film his waist down because he would shake his hips on the Ed Sullivan Show. So they had to film him from the waist up. They weren't able to show because he would do, his whatever he did, and that was not okay. You weren't allowed to see that, so they cut it off. And nowadays, it's worse than that. You see
a girl jump and her skirt goes up, and you see what color underwear she is wearing.
You get reality television shows with 5-year-olds being showgirls on Dance Moms, which I never understood.
Me neither.
Stuff like that. Our society is kind of, I don't know, there.
It's going down.
It's more in your face. It's in your face with billboards. You were just discussing just a minute ago about that. You were looking for green screen backgrounds.
Oh, yes. So anyway, you wouldn't think you would find anything, you have me being amazed. So I just typed in free green screen backgrounds. Free. Right? Okay. And this goes along with how we put music and sex. And, they actually show that if you actually add audio, like if you just show a sexy body, people like it. But if you add certain audio that makes you feel good, that's like a, sexual tune, you feel more enhanced. Anyway. So I was out there looking for green screen backgrounds, and you can buy stock footage. If you don't know what that is, it's like extra footage. Like they'll film something in front of green screen, and then you take it and you can use it within your shows, or and put other backgrounds in the midst of that of what they shot in front of a green screen, so you can take things around. Well, so they had people ones that they had shot you can use for your green screen, and you buy these. They had one with a woman that had no top whatsoever. And I was surprised when it came on, because I wasn't looking for that. They had all these other backgrounds that actually go within the green screen
flags
background
and
stuff like
doubles
that.
and,
Yeah,
you know,
that was a different side. But
kids
they
running
have
in the
this.
field.
Yeah, they have some other thing. So yeah, you show some kid looks like he's running a car driving. So they had all these different ones. Well, they had a woman in there that was topless, but she had her pants on. I was like, what?
On a green screen background.
On a green screen, just on a green screen. So which means it's just green, and then you add in the background for her. You know, you add whatever background you want. So behind her, or behind the objects, and they had other objects like teddy bears, roses, and things. So you just add a different background for those different.
And this is on a free site.
Yeah, this is on a technically free site, but I think they made you pay like so much for it. But it was like, what? You know?
It's everywhere today. Billboards, movies. Actually, no, I didn't realize this, but I think the PG-rated films, like, of course, we're veering off more than music today. We're doing it in television and everything, but like the PG-rated things, there's so many adult themes in those movies. I didn't even notice it until I was watching some of them, and they're really putting stuff in there.
Yeah, and
kids won't get it. The adults will get it, but kids, it goes right over the kid's head.
Yeah, though, like I was at one PG. I think it was a PG film I was watching. Yeah, one PG film. Even R-rated. It's getting even towards X-rated now. You know, because we watching a film called Conan. It was a military film.
I don't know. You were watching it, and I came in, and you were watching the film.
But we were watching. We didn't expect it. It was a war film, right? It was. That's what we saw.
With some action, epic film.
Yeah. Okay. Towards the very end of the movie, we were just like watching. We didn't expect it totally, and it didn't even really say on the cover. I don't think either. It may have said some, mild sex or something, or some sex. And you're like, well, okay, cool, whatever.
Cool, whatever.
All R-rated movies have that.
Well, they're more violent.
But
I think, than,
I didn't
even know it was R-rated. I thought it was PG-13.
I don't know. I think it was more R-rated. But this one scene, because of the action mostly.
I did not know.
There's one scene. I didn't know until it came out. I was like surprised.
I did not know. Those of you watching, I had no idea it was R-rated because I don't watch those movies, and I had no idea this was in the film. Go ahead.
He does watch those.
I don't.
Anyway, he does. Transformers.
Do not. That's PG-13. Continue with your story.
Anyway, so anyway, he falls in love with this actual girl or whatever. She was an
actual girl.
She was like a priestess or something like that. Anyway, he ends up having full blown sex with her. We're like in the movie, as soon as it starts, we're like, huh, and we thought, oh, he's going to do some kissing, blah blah blah, and it's like, we're like, what?
I think they cut it in a way. It was like all of a sudden it's just like bam, the movie changes. It's like all of a sudden you're in a boat, and then all of a sudden the boat and you're in
on
a desert.
land,
and you're in a desert, and you're like, what? Wait, what happened? And it's just like,
then boom, right into immediate.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It was odd.
Right into baby making scenes. Anyway, so I don't know. That's why I'm saying it's crazy. Music. In sex and music, we could probably do more on other things, but I just find out it's really weird, what happens and what goes on in the music industry, which carries over into
the actors sell the movie. It today too.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You've got Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Hannah Montana.
She needs more clothing.
All these. I mean, I don't want to bash anybody on here, but I mean, there is a lot of popular actresses.
Yeah,
and people.
And Lady Gaga, she has a lot of young people go and see her. Little kids.
I know the fan base is crazy. Okay, there was a guy on one of the other late shows, who I think a 3 or a 5-year-old wrote in and said, "Oh, I watch your show and I really enjoy it," and he said, "Could you please leave the room so I could speak to your parents in private?" So he says, "Go on, get out of the room." Of course, she probably doesn't leave the room. And then he looks at the camera and he says, "This is okay with you? You're okay with your 5-year-old watching this stuff? You need help, Parents do need some help sometimes.
Especially watching that guy.
They leave their children unattended.
Especially watching that guy. He's a weird dude.
Yeah, so I think we mostly keep these shows G-rated. Yes.
Yeah.
At least I do.
Yeah.
And we do, and your children are probably safe. It's some of the topics maybe a little, but they're not. They're still.
They're meant to tell you what's going on in our world.
Yes,
that
what's
we
going
feel
on.
that shouldn't be going on. I guess. Anyway, well, I think it's time to end it for now because I'm running out of things to say here, and so I'm Brian Harrison for your host, of course. You already knew that.
Yes, and I'm the co-host. And
this is it. I want to say goodbye to you all and subscribe. Don't forget.
Yep.
It's somewhere up there. Because I want to. Putting out there.
That's our director's booth up there.
Oh yeah, but actually, subscribe up somewhere else. If you're looking on the web, they won't know where the director's booth is.
Anyways, we hope you enjoyed.
Yes.
That's life.
Uh-huh.